Mermaid Leah, aka Northwest Mermaid, and today I will be doing my interview for Hollr. So I work at a pool as now a duty manager and lifeguard, swim teacher. I do pool parties where we have like an inflatable up, and I noticed that some of the kids weren't able to go on due to their swimming ability, and I thought this was quite sad for the kids who come to a birthday party and they can't join in with everyone else. So I thought a real life entertainer or a performer sat in a mermaid tail on the side of the pool might be a nice idea to make the kids happy and make sure that the day is that wee bit more magical. So I took this idea to my manager and she said, okay, well, what about we do mermaid lessons and we can teach kids how to swim like mermen and mermaids. So we found a wonderful course called Fin to Fit, and I got my instructor's course there, and I went in the tail for the very first time myself, and it was really interesting and so much fun, and I've been hooked ever since, really. At the minute I offer video calls for children for their birthdays or just a general cheer up, especially within the pandemic. I think everyone needs just that wee bit more of magic. So I think that's definitely the main thing at the minute. Okay, so I'll talk about my main tail, which is my Mertailer, and that is an Atlantis Lightning Fantasy Free. Over from America. It is a scuba knit material, the actual tail itself, and then the monofin, which is the fins. That is fully silicone, 18 pounds worth in weight, and it's super big and heavy, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's not glamorous trying to get into your tail, it's really not. It's like pulling up a pair of jeans, sticking your feet through the pockets and off you go, but it takes ages and it's really unflattering. Thank you, that's super sweet. People react very differently. I think a lot of people, it's confusion, but the kids absolutely love it. They think it's the sweetest thing, and it's just so nice for them to see a real life mermaid. And obviously with the tail being as realistic as it is obviously a fabric tail, so it's not as 3D as the likes of a fully silicone tail, but it is very realistic and super detailed. So you get a 4-year-old coming up to you on the beach and they're like, oh my god, it's a mermaid, and it's super cute, and they have a million questions. Parents and adults can react very differently, and they're just interested, and they just want to know a wee bit more about it, and usually they just don't know that it's an actual thing, and to be honest, neither did I, but it is. So that's actually a really good question, especially the Mertailer, because it is such a big thing, and if it's a particularly windy day or the current's quite strong and the waves are going 10 to the dozen, it can be a wee bit more difficult, but I always make sure that I never swim alone. I always have people around me that know how to get me out the tails myself, and just constantly safety. But it is really fun in the sea. It's a lot more lifelike and very mermaid, very living the dream sort of stuff. It's really fun and it's really nice to do that, especially in summer, because obviously living by the Irish Sea, it's quite cold. How does the experience differ from when you're using your tail in the pool? It's totally different. Obviously, you get in a pool, you're already in the depth, you don't have to claw your way into the sea. But the pool, it's put your tail on and you're in, you're swimming. It's not as hard work in that sense, but it is obviously easier because you don't have the currents and things, but you still have to swim quite a bit, because the current normally keeps you up in the sea. I like this question. I would definitely say the swimming side. I've always been a naturally competent swimmer, and I've always loved the ocean, and the marine life and just everything about it. I live on the coast, so it's obviously going to be like that for me. I would say I love the swimming the most. It's super quick in the tails and super fun, and you can do a lot of fun tricks, and it's fast, and I like that. I don't know, it's fun, and I think especially with all the kids' reactions and things, it's so nice because you're able to give someone that little bit of magic in that day, And I think especially right now with the pandemic and everything going on, when kids see you in a mermaid tail, they're like, oh my god, this is the best day of my life, and it literally is, and they talk about it forever. So I'm actually currently working with a wonderful company that actually did these t-shirts, which is Pictama over at Carlisle, and they are absolutely fantastic, and we are currently working on a sustainable and eco-friendly merch slash ocean beach cleanup stuff, but we're currently still designing that, going through all of that, and hopefully that'll be released soon, and some of the proceeds will be going to things like ocean charities and ocean conservation. Post-COVID, I would love to do some birthday parties and come and see some kids and make some happy smiles and teach them about the ocean a wee bit more and answer any questions they have. I would definitely say nervous you shouldn't be. If you do your research and you prepare and you train hard, I think anyone can definitely swim in a monofin. I think with kids, always have a parent and make sure you do your research, get a really good beginner tail. So I would say Fin Fun over in America is absolutely fantastic. I have a Fin Fun tail and that was my first, and I would never look back. They're really easy to use, super easy to get out of, and I think the main thing is just be safe and do your research, make sure you're a strong swimmer, and if you're not, train. There's nothing wrong with you working to try and get that, and I would definitely say if you want to, send me a message or email me and I can come and help you if that's something you would be interested in. But yeah, that's it from me. Now I'm gonna go swim back into the ocean. Thank you.